Alright, today I'm going to make barbecue pork chops, but I'm going to do them in the house instead of doing them on the grill. This is one of those recipes when I was spending a lot of time on the road, and getting to a grill and planning and all that was just nearly impossible. But my taste buds and my cravings are still the same whether I can get it or I can't, and like I've always said, I like to make it myself. So although I could go out and get pork chops, barbecue pork chops places, I always wanted to come up with a way to be able to do it myself where I didn't have to do them on the grill. And this is what I've come up with. What we're going to need: some salt and pepper, some garlic powder, some onion powder. I got a little bit of ground mustard and barbecue sauce, and of course we got some hot sauce over there. And I've bought 3 boneless pork chops, center cut pork chops. And let me get this camera readjusted. I'll show you how I cut these pork chops up and get them seasoned, and we'll walk you through this. Alright, you can see I've got just 3 nice pork chops. Picked them up at the store. And all we're going to do is we're going to cube them. So, take that, cut it into some nice nice cubes. Not too small. As you can see, kind of like kebabs, right? Pork kebabs. I'd never thought of that, but that's what it reminds me of now that I'm doing it here for y'all. And leave some of that fat in there, because these pork chops are very lean, and we're going to use a frying pan to get these things cooked, and you don't want them to dry out. So you can see we're going to do that to all 3 or 10 or how many ever you buy, and then I'm going to mix up some I don't want to call it a rub. I'm going to put it in a bag and shake it, and then what we're going to do is let that season for a few hours before we go ahead and cook them for dinner tonight. But let me finish getting these cut up, and I'll show you how I'm going to make the, like I say, it's not a marinade, it's more of a rub coating that we're going to let it set in. So give me just a minute to finish this up, and I'll get back to you. Alright, we're going to start out with, well, let's start out with the onion powder. It really doesn't matter what order you go in. Let's put some onion powder in there. And I don't measure anything, folks. I mean, like I said, if you like onion powder, put a lot in there. If you like garlic, I like a lot of garlic, so I'm going to put a lot of garlic in mine. That was garlic powder there. Sea salt. Salt on pork, that's what you need. Some pepper. And a little dried mustard. Mustard gives it a little bit of a bite. So there you go. Now we're just going to stir that up. See, I'm just shaking in that pan. Get that good and mixed up. Then I've got a just a Ziploc bag, hefty bag, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to pour that in there. Put my pork in here. Seal it up, give it a good shake. Looks like we got pretty good coverage on those. I'll burp the bag. Now set it in the refrigerator. You know, a couple hours, I'm going to let them season. I'm not actually going to eat for a few hours yet, so you know, with cooking meat, you always want to try to get it to room temperature, close to room temperature before you cook it. So if you're going to have it in a couple hours, you could probably just leave it out and then cook it. You know, you wouldn't leave it out in the sun, but anyways, follow your own discretion on that. If you think it's where the meat won't spoil, that's what you don't want to do. But anyways, we're going to let that set, and then I'll show you how I fry them up and barbecue them. Alright, I got a frying pan here with a little bit of olive oil in it. These pork chops are so lean, I had to add some grease so they won't stick and burn. But make sure you use a frying pan with plenty of room, because we're actually going to do the barbecuing right in this pan at the same time. And you'll want to leave room for that, stirring it around and all. So, right now what I'm going to do is just take the pork that we seasoned up earlier and get it about 3/4 of the way done. So, you don't want it all the way done, because when we add the barbecue sauce, we're actually going to cook it a little longer with that. So get that Put that olive oil so it's under all pieces, coats it. We'll keep checking in on this, but I'm going to take you away for a second and bring you back to me doctoring up some barbecue sauce that we're going to use on this. Alright, you're going to need quite a bit. You're going to want quite a bit because you coat them. So, let's take some barbecue sauce. Put that in there. It's real simple now. Even if you have honey barbecue sauce, add a little brown sugar to it because we're actually going to want this barbecue sauce to like caramelize on these pork chop pieces. So we'll add a little more brown sugar to it. Looks like I got a counter that's rattling. Crap. So there you go. We're going to add a little extra honey to it. And that's probably not enough barbecue sauce. I'm going to actually double the amount of barbecue sauce I put in there. And my neighbor gave me some fresh jalapenos. So I'm going to put those in here. I think those will work real nice. So anyways, I'll add a little more barbecue sauce to that. Like I say, probably double the amount that's in there. And get it mixed up. And when I get ready to put everything back together, I'll bring it back. Alright, you can see we got a nice brown, golden brown, whatever you want to call it. You got crust maybe, I don't know. But anyways, you can see frying that pork up. That's what that does. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take and add this barbecue sauce right to this pan. Boy, I just touched my forehead with my finger that had been in that jalapeno, and you'd think I had acid on the end of my finger. Holy smokes. Boy, I'm glad I didn't rub my eye with that finger. Ay. Folks, if you cut up jalapenos, this is a good time for me to tell you, wash your hands directly afterwards. So here we're going to bring this, get this over here. That olive oil's working against me right now. I'll turn that down just a little bit. But we want this barbecue sauce to boil. That's what we want it to do. Finish cooking this meat in that. And you'll see when I get done, what'll be nice is when this cools just a little bit, that barbecue sauce will become sticky and gooey, and it'll just cling to these chunks like you've never seen. So I guess we're going to do this for about 4 or 5 minutes. Like I said, I turned the heat down to just before medium. It was about a mark or two above medium before I turned it down. So we're going to let this simmer in the barbecue sauce, finish cooking this pork. You don't want to get it overdone. So like I say, about 3/4 of the way cooked, then add the barbecue sauce and let it finish cooking this way. And so anyways, I'll let that finish up. I'll get my corn done. I got some baked beans going. I'll get it plated up, show you what I've got when I get done. Alright, there you go. Pork chop pieces, barbecue pork chop pieces, whatever you want to call them. It's barbecue pork chops inside. You know, I guess you can name them a lot of things, but man, they are really good. They stay tender, barbecue sauce on every bite. Try them this way, trust me. I did it just to get by, and it ends up turning out I'd rather do it this way than cook them on the grill. And of course, I got some some Bush's Steakhouse beans there. I've added a little bit of seasoned beef to, and ear corn. You can't beat it, folks. You don't have to be a king to eat like one, and I prove it. I sure appreciate you checking in and watching my videos. Try this one. I promise you, you'll love it.